Once upon a time, in a quiet valley surrounded by mountains, there was a small village. The people who lived there were simple, hardworking, and kind, but their lives were often heavy with worry. The land was beautiful, yet the soil was not very generous. Crops failed many times, rains came late, and hunger was a guest too often at their tables. Still, they tried their best to live day by day. In the center of this village stood an ancient tree, so tall and wide that its branches seemed to touch the sky. Beneath this tree sat an old man everyone simply called Baba. No one knew his real name anymore, for he had lived in the village longer than most could remember. His hair was white like cotton, his face carved with the lines of many years, but his eyes held something different: calmness, light, and an unshakable peace that made people feel safe. Every morning, Baba would sit under the great tree, quietly watching life unfold. He did not own much. His house was small, his clothes were worn, and his meals were simple. Yet, he never looked troubled, never angry, never sad. The villagers often wondered how he could remain so serene when everyone else struggled. Children liked to sit around him, listening to his stories, and even the adults, after finishing a long day's work, would come to him for comfort. One day, something unusual happened. A terrible drought struck the valley. The sun blazed for weeks, drying up the streams, cracking the earth, and burning the crops. Families began to panic. Food became scarce, water harder to find, and the laughter that once echoed in the village was replaced by silence and sighs. Among the villagers was a young man named Arjun. He was strong and hardworking, but in this season, he felt powerless. His fields were empty, his children were hungry, and his wife cried each night, wondering how they would survive. Arjun, filled with despair, walked to the old tree where Baba was sitting. He did not greet him with respect as usual. Instead, he fell to his knees and shouted, "Baba, why do you sit here smiling when our lives are falling apart? Don't you see? We are suffering, we are starving, we are dying, and yet you sit as if nothing touches you. Tell me, what is your secret? Why are you not afraid like the rest of us?" The villagers who heard his cries gathered around. They too wanted answers. For months they had whispered among themselves. Why was Baba so calm? Did he know something they didn't? Did he have a secret way to escape hardship? That day, pressed by the desperation of his people, Baba looked at Arjun, then at the crowd, and smiled. "You ask me why I am calm," he said softly, his voice carrying strength despite its gentleness. "Perhaps it is time I share with you a story that holds the secret you seek." The villagers leaned closer, their hunger not only for food now, but for hope. Baba began. "Long ago, in another land, there lived a farmer much like you. He worked from sunrise to sunset, yet his harvest failed, his animals grew weak, and his heart grew heavy. One day, exhausted, he sat by the side of the road and began to cry. An old traveler passed by and asked, 'Why are you crying, farmer?' The man replied, 'Because I have nothing left. My hands are tired, my land is dry, and my soul feels empty. How can I live like this?' The traveler looked at him and said, 'You have something greater than land or animals. You have the power to choose what you carry in your heart. Do you carry fear, or do you carry faith? Do you carry despair, or do you carry hope?' The farmer was confused. He thought for a long moment and asked, 'But how can hope feed my children?' The traveler smiled. 'Hope will not put food on the table today, but it will give you strength to try again tomorrow. Fear will paralyze you. Hope will move your hands, even when they are tired. And from those hands, something new will grow.' The farmer wiped his tears, stood up, and chose to carry hope. That day, nothing in his land changed, but everything in his heart changed. And from that day, his future was never the same. Baba stopped and looked at the villagers. His eyes rested on Arjun. 'You see, my secret is not magic. It is not gold hidden in my house. It is not food that you cannot see. It is simply this: what we choose to carry in our hearts decides how we live. I choose to carry hope. I choose to believe that tomorrow can be better. And because I believe it, I live it.'" Arjun frowned. "But Baba, hope will not bring rain. Hope will not fill empty stomachs." Baba nodded gently. "You are right. Hope will not bring rain. But hope will give you strength to walk further to find water. Hope will give you patience to wait until the clouds return. Hope will remind you to share the little you have with your neighbor instead of fighting him. And when a village carries hope together, miracles happen." The crowd murmured. They wanted to believe him, but fear was strong in their hearts. Still, something about Baba's words settled deep inside. That night, Arjun went home. He told his wife what Baba had said. At first she shook her head, but later, when their children asked for food, she whispered, "Tomorrow will be better." For the first time in weeks, they slept with a little peace. The next morning, Arjun rose early. Instead of sitting in despair, he walked to the river. The river had shrunk, but he dug a small channel to guide what water remained into his field. He worked hard, remembering Baba's words. Soon, other villagers saw him. They too began to do small things, sharing food, helping each other carry water, repairing houses together. The drought did not end overnight, but the spirit of the people began to change. Weeks passed, and one morning, dark clouds gathered over the valley. For hours, the sky roared with thunder and rain poured down. The earth drank deeply, and the villagers danced with joy. Crops grew again, animals grew strong, and children laughed. People rushed to Baba, thanking him for his secret. But Baba only shook his head and said, "Do not thank me. Thank yourselves. For the secret is not mine. It is yours, and it has always been inside you. The secret is hope." From that day on, the village was never the same. Whenever hard times came, and they always did, the villagers remembered Baba's words. They taught their children, "Carry hope in your heart, and your hands will find a way." And little by little, the reputation of the village grew. Travelers who passed by always said, "There is something different about these people. They do not give up. They carry a light inside them." And the villagers would smile, because they knew the secret. Now, my friend, as you listen to this story, maybe you too feel the weight of your own struggles. Maybe life has given you droughts, storms, or nights without answers. Remember Baba's words. Fear and despair will make you weaker, but hope will give you the strength to rise again tomorrow. And sometimes, that strength is all you need to change everything. If this story touched your heart, take a moment to share your thoughts in the comments. Tell me, what do you choose to carry in your heart today? Fear or hope? If you felt inspired, don't forget to subscribe for more stories like this one. And give this video a like so that others may also find the light they need. Because sometimes, the smallest story can change an entire village.